Hi, this is David again from concertblogger.com. Today I've got the great privilege and honor to be interviewing Miss Rachel Brown, talented singer and songwriter. Thanks so much for your time and for sitting down with us.
Thank you.
First of all, you're just such an incredibly gifted singer-songwriter. What was your first introduction to music? Was there a lot of music around your house when you were growing up?
There was always a lot of music playing at home. You know, my parents always had something on the radio or on the record, you know, and always hearing music, but nobody was musical or played any instrument. So a lot of it just came from hearing what they heard, and then, you know, as I got older, seeking out music and just really falling in love with it, and then trying it myself.
Cool. You went to Harvard and were voted one of the 15 most interesting seniors of 2010. My guess is that you could do anything that you wanted with your life. What made you choose music, you know, as your artistic expression?
Just that, I guess. I mean, I loved it so much, and, you know, as I went through school, I was slowly working at it in my little free time, trying to build enough so that when I graduated, I could really give it a shot. And I had put enough things in place that I was able to just give it a shot as soon as I graduated. And, you know, my family lives in New York, so that was a great place to start. You know, I didn't have to, I could come back home and really focus on pursuing music, so give it a go.
Cool. Well, I guess it's pretty much working out for you. Give it the old college try. The story is that you taught yourself to play guitar by studying the book Playing Guitar for Dummies. How is that even possible? I've bought a bunch of those books, and not once did I learn anything. But then again, I guess that's why I didn't graduate from Harvard.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you know, the learning stopped at a certain level, so I didn't learn how to become, you know, Jimi Hendrix off of it. But I did learn how to, you know, accompany myself and write songs, and I think a lot of it was, you know, stubbornness, and like I really wanted to do it, and I learned enough so that it could become exciting for me. So like I would learn a couple chords, and then I would learn how to play my favorite songs. So that is really, I think, what helped me. Like I got the basics from the book, and then I just, you know, learned as I went. So you know, I don't know music theory, I don't know a whole lot of things, but, you know, I figured out piece by piece so that it stayed interesting.
Cool. Your first public performance was at an open mic night while you were visiting your family in Jamaica.
Bermuda.
Bermuda, was it Bermuda? I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Oh. That led to a much more very quickly. How did that happen? Well, can you tell us a little bit about that whole time?
Yeah, it was, you know, my dad's mother's side of the family is from Bermuda, and we visit there often. And you know, I was just starting music, you know, just starting to consider that like maybe I had enough courage to try it in front of other people. Mm-hmm. And there's this amazing open mic night in Bermuda. It's called Chew Stick, and it's just like a jam session where all types of artists come from, you know, instrumentalists, singers, even poets show up. It's just like a really fun night, and there's a, you know, a house band and just really cool, warm environment. And so I showed up, and, you know, I felt comfortable, and I tried it, and I, you know, I did a couple songs that went over well, and then from there were other opportunities in Bermuda to perform that came out of that, and then it just really, you know, snowballed and became a great jumping point for me.
Great. Well, so now you have a residency here in New York. Are you still doing that?
I had been until it's the venue has changed, so it's now a nightclub. But I, you know, start mini residencies in other places. Yeah. So I play at Ginny's often. I'll be there a few times this summer, and then, you know, always just playing.
Yeah, I know. I caught you at Ginny's not that long ago, and you play with a great band. Tell me a little bit about the band and how they all came together.
Yeah, the band is super fun. I love playing with them. There's 8 of us at the moment, but it's always subject to change as it grows, it seems, every show. And it started out, you know, right after I finished college. I was, you know, just playing solo with my guitar, and I really wanted a band because I had a vision for what I wanted the sound to be, and I wanted to flesh that out. And part of that was having a little bit of a world, an African sound added to it, like a West African sound. And my dad coincidentally happened to stumble into this African jam night filled with West African musicians, and he said, when you guys in New York, you have to check this out. I think this is exactly what you've been talking about. And I did, and I loved it. And I talked to the band leader and asked if he knew a couple guys that might want to get together and try playing my stuff with me. And he did, and we did, and then from there it just grew. And as the years went on, I've met musicians and poached musicians.
I like that sound.
Like I'd see a drummer on a show, grab him, and then I'd see my bass player in the first show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a lot of that, and whenever I hear something, just sort of making it big, fun sound.
Yeah, it's such a positive thing being here in New York, because you can do that. If you're in a lot of other places, you don't have that wellspring of talent to pull from, but here in New York you certainly do.
Yeah, I've lucked out.
So you've won some major songwriting awards, a 2010 ASCAP Foundation Award, as well as a 2011 Songwriters Hall of Fame Award. What's your songwriting process like? How do you write a song?
It's often just sitting in my room with my guitar, mumbling until it turns into something. Something will, I don't know what causes the first inspiration, but I'll either really have the urge to, write something, and I'll sit and just kind of noodle around, kind of like clay, until it turns into something that makes more and more sense. And then other times I'll just, I'll hear something that, is clever, or, something will inspire me, or I'll see a movie even, and I'll be like, oh, what? So yeah, I'm always kind of keeping a running list of ideas, but usually I'm just late at night trying to
make something happen. Awesome.
Yeah.
So you have some pretty famous and impressive fans.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like to look out in your audience and see Jay-Z and Beyonce, or Leonard DiCaprio, or Robert De Niro? That would blow my mind if I saw Robert De Niro. I don't think I'd be able to do anything.
I saw all of them at once. It's cool. I mean,
does it make you nervous at all?
It's funny. I mean, yes and no. It's interesting. You would think, Beyonce, for example, would make me the most nervous in the face of the universe. Just even the idea of her. But that was actually the calmest I ever felt, because I looked out and I was doing a cover in that set, and she was just sitting there bobbing and singing along, and Jay-Z was looking at my bass player nodding approvingly, and I was like, you know what? That's all I needed, because now you just feel comfortable, you feel noticed, and you can just kind of relax and don't feel like you're intruding on whatever.
Yeah, you're doing your thing.
Yeah,
they're there to check you out.
Exactly.
They're there to.
I felt so good. I was just it was great to have that kind of, and I didn't even think of her as Beyonce. I thought of her as just a supportive audience member. So it's cool. I mean, it's no matter who it is, it's really exciting to just see people respond well to what I'm doing, because I just do it because I like it, and so it's and I have no training in it, so it's always there's a lot of doubt in whether or not it will, make sense.
At some point here, I think you're gonna have to get past that, because it's pretty obvious that there's no reason for any doubt.
Thank you.
You famously shared the stage on a number of occasions with Wyclef Jean, and any plans to collaborate with him, or any kind of a recording studio?
He's
situation?
My favorite performer ever, so it was super, super cool to have the chance to do that, and it's always been spontaneous, so I never know what's going to happen with him. It's we'll be in the same place at the same time, and he'll grab me up for a show, or I'll jump on his. So yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? You recently released your debut EP, Building Castles, last year, actually. What was the recording process like? What went into making that album?
It was fun. It was pretty much the first studio really thinking things through and how to make it a recorded record rather than just recording a live performance that I've done. And it started out by recording a song of mine called Bumblebee, and that sort of sparked the rest of the EP to fall into place. So I did a lot of it in LA and a lot of it in New York, and it was really exciting and fun to just really break apart my songs and figure out what would be the best way to record them and express them, and I loved it. I had a great time.
Any plans for any other releases anytime soon?
Yes, super soon. I'm actually in the process of recording some new things, which I'm really excited about. So we'll have that soon.
Awesome. We have that to look forward to.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Other than the new residencies, will you be touring or playing any live shows in the near future? Any kind of getting out there into the hinterlands of America?
Yeah. Oh, I get deep into the hinterlands of America. I do do a lot of college touring, so I'm constantly on the road doing that. So my website has all of the updates because I don't even.
Of course.
I turn around like, wait, I'm going where tomorrow? So I do a lot of that, which is really fun and exciting. And then otherwise I play around New York City.
Well, great. So I have one last question I always ask. Can you tell us something about yourself that the average Rachel Brown fan might not know about? Like a pet or a hobby or something that's just like completely like, what? She does what?
I used to make yarn.
Make yarn?
Make yarn.
Not knitting.
Then I would knit with it, but I made the yarn out of hair, essentially. No, like roving. It's called. It's like looks like lots of cotton, but it's from different animals. So yeah, I would spin it into yarn and then
really
make knitted wares out of it.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
That's something
Well, thank you.
about it.
That's really awesome. I've always been artistic, even in that regard.
Found the right way to express it, though.
Finally, yeah. There's not too many world-class knitters out there and yarn makers, but so great, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. It's been really a fun time. We look forward to seeing you play live out there on the road very soon.
Thank you.
And we're also looking forward to the new album.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.